My brother.
Good? How are you? Good? Good, buddy.
Are we supposed to see something on the monitor?
Not yet.
In this game, you don't stay down.
He's got the whole package.
You don't forget why. You don't settle. And you don't look back. And don't blink.
Garcia versus Duarte, this Saturday from 8, live on DAZN.
It's the return of the king, Ryan Garcia. We're here in Houston, Texas for the big one. Ryan Garcia's return at 140 pounds as well. The DBS boys are back as well. When you know that means it's a big one. Golden Boy president as well, Oscar De La Hoya, is with us. Oscar, looking suave as always. Looking sharp. To be fair,
Keep the shirt on. Keep the shirt on.
You never
right?
not look sharp.
Don't show the abs today.
Abs are popping really good.
How is Ryan? I'm always keen to ask that question when a fighter of his stature, pedigree, loses the first one.
Well, it's obviously up to him on where his mindset is. It depends on how bad he wants it, and he's got a great team around him. His trainer is focused. His trainer is obviously trainer of the year, and he knows what he's doing. He's been in this situation before, so I assume that he's doing great, and he's a hard worker. Ryan Garcia is a dedicated young man inside the ring, and I think that it's going to be a great fight.
Interestingly enough, I was in Long Beach when Duarte had a big knockout victory. This is not an easy opponent for Ryan's comeback fight after a first loss. He might not be a household name. People might not know who he is, but he's coming to fight and he's coming to hurt you. Right. How dangerous is this fight for Ryan Garcia?
It's a very dangerous fight. I was actually surprised that Ryan chose Oscar Duarte. Coming off 11 straight knockout wins is a dangerous opponent for a guy who just got knocked out.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia, went down with a body shot. Didn't get hurt in the fight against Tank Davis, but mentally it can affect you. But going in against a knockout artist like Oscar Duarte can be a little difficult if Ryan Garcia is not ready.
Absolutely. I think that this reminds me of Canelo versus Lara. You was like, whoa, Canelo, slow down. Is it kind of like that?
Well, Lara wasn't a knockout artist, but he was a
spoiler type
spoiler.
fighter.
He was a beautiful boxer, made it difficult. So you never know where the mindset is in a fighter after he loses.
Yeah.
So, but you have to give it up to him, because when you pick a guy who is dangerous, who can beat you, who has a shot, kudos to Ryan.
Yeah, it's disappointing, obviously, the O'Hara Davis Ishmael Barroso fight that has fallen off, which is disappointing because I think that's a great co-main event. But it gives someone like Floyd Schofield to take the highlight, doesn't it?
Next superstar, man. Look, when I saw
Look at the smile in your face.
when I saw
That's
Floyd
my
Schofield-
boy.
When I saw Floyd Schofield, man. I mean, you have to understand, this kid is the hardest worker in boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I see,
That's saying a lot,
he's
too.
always working out. He's always doing something. He's always preparing himself to be the very best. And so I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Floyd to go up and fight as the co-main event. You know, we're sorry that the O'Hara Davis fight fell off.
Yeah.
It was out of our hands. There's, I guess, backup in the with the visas, and so it was an issue. And but we were able to salvage that co-main event and make Floyd Schofield put him in that position.
How much pressure is that on a young kid like that? Because now you're moving up to co-main event, so obviously you have to impress, right? Like, I'm on a big stage now. I want to score a big knockout victory, which can affect your performance a little bit with that pressure.
Yeah, it can, but see, the one thing about Floyd is that mentally he's so strong. It happened to him with the Virgil Ortiz fight when he fell off, and we made Floyd Schofield the main event.
Right.
Yeah, I remember
and he
that.
performed, and he got cut with a nasty headbutt,
Right.
but he still performed.
I mean,
he still went out there and just knocked the guy out.
He
So-
already performed at T-Mobile Arena and got a
Right.
knockout, so under Ryan Garcia's card, so it makes sense. Now, listen, you're not always happy with your promoter. Fighters are. You weren't always happy with your promoter.
Sure.
You know, you guys had issues before, but a paycheck kind of soothed those issues out. You think it'll be worked out again?
Yeah, everything's all good. Look, I mean, when fighters lose, they have their emotional, roller coasters up and down. But once you win and you make 30 million plus,
not bad.
everything's all forgiven.
I feel a little better today.
Yeah, I mean, those kind of big paychecks help. Look, Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte is over here in Houston, Texas. A few hours before that, big fight card in Belfast is a really big one. Looking forward to this one. It is Michael Conlan versus Jordan Gill.
We've been in Belfast since 2017. Mick Conlan
I've got something to prove again.
against Jordan Gill.
I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to be public enemy number one.
I believe I'll take him out.
I'm ready to go.
It's going to be a good fight.
This is going to be an instant sellout.
Pressure's on.
I'll run through him.
Yeah, Michael Conlan versus Jordan Gill was the first part of a double helping on Saturday, which sets up an incredible month. I mean, look at this. You've got Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis. That's next week on live on DAZN pay-per-view. The problem child is back as well. Jake Paul versus Andre August. And then we find out who is the best flyweight on planet Earth. Is it Bam Rodriguez? Is it Sonny Edwards? And then they're reckoning. I mean, come on. They're reckoning. I mean, come on. We're going to talk about that because that's ridiculous. It's one of the biggest fight cards I've ever seen. Anyway, we're ready now. We're ready. Beto Duran is ready as well. Remember, it is the undercard press conference first, then the main event press conference. So let's chuck to Beto Duran for the undercard presser.
Thank you, gents. Appreciate you. Welcome, everybody, to Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Beto Duran, as it's fight week, and it's the final press conference for Ryan Garcia and Oscar Duarte. It's a 12-round super lightweight fight presented by Golden Boy Promotions in association with Cancun Boxing. This event is sponsored by Bet Online, your online sportsbook experts, AutoZone, Get in the Zone, and Fansly. Fansly, the go-to 18 and over content platform. Visit fansly.com/Garcia Duarte for exclusive content from the event. Now, it's a super lightweight clash that will take place from the Toyota Center here in Houston, Texas. Limited tickets are available. That's right, Ryan Garcia shows up and it's limited tickets. Go to Ticketmaster.com. Doors open at 5 o'clock. The first fight is at 5:10 p.m. Houston time, and the DAZN broadcast gets going at 7 o'clock. Central Time. 8 o'clock on the East Coast, 5 o'clock in LA. The event will be available worldwide to all subscribers on DAZN, both live and on demand. We're going to bring you the undercard fighters. We'll get you the main event fighters. We'll go back and forth. But right now, let's kick things off with the one and only, the Hall of Famer, chairman, and multi-division champion, the Golden Boy himself, Oscar de la Hoya.
Thank you very much, Beto. Really appreciate it. Hello all and welcome to our final press conference for our Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte fight night taking place this Saturday, December 2nd, for the WBA gold title. This is a 12-round fight, was brought together in association with Cancun Boxing. In our newly announced co-main event, we will have boxing's next biggest star, Floyd Schofield, defending his WBA international title against Tijuana's Ricardo Lopez. The fight card is overflowing with top talent that we have personally scouted and have been carefully building to be the next generation of world champion stars. First to the podium, it is my pleasure to introduce stablemate and brother to the world-famous Ryan Garcia. I'd like to welcome to the podium to say a few words, Sean Garcia, who will be fighting in a 4-round fight in the lightweight division. Sean.
Good to be back again. Thank you everybody to show up. I feel good, ready to go Saturday night. Trained really hard for this fight. I got my mental back strong and it's better than ever, and I'll see you Saturday. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Should be a great, great fight. Sean always puts on exciting performances. Also on the card, I would like to welcome former Mexican Olympian and bantamweight prospect Gael Cabrera, who will participate in a 4-round fight against Las Vegas, Nevada's Alejandro Dominguez. And we have a translator.
Primero que nada, buenas tardes. Quiero agradecer a todas las personas que están aquí y también a la promotora y a Oscar de la Hoya por hacer todo esto posible. Pues me encuentro listo y todo para dar lo mejor de mí el 2 de diciembre. No soy de muchas palabras, pero vamos a darlo todo.
First of all, good evening to everyone here. Thank you for coming. Thank you to the promoters, to Oscar de la Hoya for making this happen. I'm not a man of many words, but I'm ready and we're excited to be here.
Gracias, Gael. Representing Wainea, Hawaii, I'd like to welcome super bantamweight Asa Stevens, who will measure up against Dominique Griffin of Irving, Texas in a 4-round fight.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for bringing me here today. Oscar and Golden Boy for the opportunity. Shout out to my management. Shout out to my family, friends, and my coaches for all the support and helping me bringing me here today. And I hope to make everyone proud on Saturday.
Thank you very much, Asa. Now, I would like to welcome my long-term partner who has been working with me for decades, bringing to life some of the biggest boxing events in the history of the sport. He is the legendary Bernard Hopkins. Bernard.
First, I'm going to be sure I'd like to say, as we close 2023, looking forward to 2024. And I talked to a few of my I'll say future champions, mainly, about where they're going to go and what they would like to do next. And they want to be one day main event. They want to be on the top card. So why did I say that? Because this is a moment for all the ones that's on the undercard to be main event soon. One thing for sure, and I put 28 years in this business of boxing, in the ring. 28 years in the ring. I believe I got some credibility. But one thing about boxing, and I close with this, it will call your bluff.
Thank you, Bernard. Appreciate it. Now, opening up the DAZN broadcast in front of his hometown Houston crowd, and who will be putting on the line his 100% knockout ratio as one of our top light heavyweight prospects, I would like to welcome to the stage Darius DFG Fulgham. Darius.
Houston, we here, baby. I'm blessed to be here in front of everybody. You know, I'm always blessed to get this opportunity to perform in front of my hometown. I grew up in Killeen, Texas, but I moved out to Houston 2016, and this is my home. Anytime I think of Houston, I think about like all the sacrifice I made to get to this point. Houston's what really made me to the man I am today. Think about the times I wake up at 4 in the morning, go to the gym, go to class right afterwards. I sleep in the parking garage in my car, go to clinicals for hours to get my degree in nursing at Prairie View, and then go right back to the gym after that. Like, I did that for years, struggled. And my main message really is I put all those sacrifices in, and I can't let that go to waste. You know, I sacrificed all that for a reason, and Saturday night I got to show that reason. So thank you all. Can't wait to see y'all Saturday night.
Before we introduce the next fight, I would like to introduce legendary fighter, Hall of Famer, Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley, who's here in the house. Legend. Defending his WBA middleweight Continental Americas title, Shane Mosley Jr. is coming in hot this Saturday after a knockout victory against Demetrius Ballard. He will now challenge Joshua Conley of San Bernardino in a 10-round fight. Now to introduce Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. up to the podium. Sugar Shane.
How's everybody doing? I just want to say I'm grateful to be here and grateful to be on such a big card. You know what I mean? We have such great talent here, and I'm glad I could be a part of it. You know what I mean? I was just telling somebody yesterday, I'm 10 years in the game. It's crazy. But I'm surrounded by such good people, and I'm glad to be here with all the bright lights and everything like that, so I can show my talent and show the world that I'm going to be a world champion very, very soon. So I can't wait to, display what I got on Saturday night, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for being here.
Now, before I welcome our co-main event, I would like to introduce to you the president of the WBA to say a couple of words, Gilberto Mendoza. Gilberto.
First of all, I think being here, it's an honor, plus a God gift. I think just before looking into the stars that we have to right to left, just looking at Oscar, looking at Bernard, I was a boxing fan, and boxing was always in my blood. And I had that special moments of living the careers of Oscar and Bernard. What they're doing with Golden Boy, what they're doing with the sport, trying to bring us, the organizations, plus the fans, the best fights is one thing that we have to somehow note. I would like also to say hello to Juan Diaz that I'm seeing here, because one of the main reasons I came into Houston, now I'm living in Houston, it's him who brought me once to the Toyota Center. By the way, a Golden Boy card. So, this is a whole story regarding that, and we're going to support all the times that the good fights will happen. This is a star-studded card. There are a lot of talents there. The main event is one I was looking forward to it, because I have the highest respect for Ryan Garcia, who has always told me since the first time I saw him that he wants only the difficult fights, and that's what he has on Saturday night. He has never avoided any challenge, and I think that will be good for it. In Oscar Duarte, he has a great opponent, and I think the city of Houston is going to get what they deserve, a great fight of boxing and enjoying the sport. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In our new co-main event, Floyd Schofield is poised to take over. He has the hunger, the drive to become a world champion. He will defend his WBA international title against a tough Mexican opponent in Ricardo Lopez. Up to the podium, I introduce to you Floyd Schofield. Floyd.
What's up, everybody? I'm just super excited that I get this opportunity. I'd like to give a big thank you to Golden Boy, Cameron Davies, my dad. Without them, I wouldn't be here. I feel like Saturday is just a stepping stone to getting my name out there and letting the whole 135 division know I'm here to stay. And Saturday, you can expect some fireworks, and I'm going to give y'all a great show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am super excited to introduce to you in the house future world champion Virgil Ortiz Jr. Virgil. I think now production is now telling us we're going to cut for a split second to do a live interview with Virgil.
Anywhere you want, Virgil. You're Virgil Ortiz. You can go anywhere. Virgil Ortiz is with us. We are going to go back to the main event presser in a few minutes. We'll hear from Ryan Garcia and Oscar Duarte. But look who's joined us, 19-0, 19 knockouts. I don't know, am I calling you a welterweight now, super welterweight? Are we super welterweight going forward?
Yes, sir.
How's it feel? You've been out the ring for such a long time. Firstly, before we even talk about that, how's your health? Everything fine?
Everything's fine. Everything's great. You know, I'm ready to rock and roll. You know, it's been too long.
Yeah.
And even before that, before my last fight, it was too long. Even then, I had a year layoff. Now I have another year and a half. So I'm just ready to get back into the ring and do what I do best.
How frustrating it is for you, like sitting back and hearing the name Jerron Boots Ennis and obviously Spence and Crawford. And you've always been in those conversations before that, but because of your health issues, you haven't been in those talks. How frustrating that is that as a welterweight? Well, not anymore, but before.
Frustration isn't even a word anymore. It was depressing.
It's beyond
no,
that.
I'm serious. It was real depressing. You know, after the fight got called off, I was just in my room all day. Then I didn't have anything. Even my dad told me, like, you know, like, you can't be acting like this. You know, it's rubbing off of everyone else in the house, and I understand that. But you know, when you're in that state, that emotional, mental state, it's hard to get out of. You know, had to force myself to go out to places. I flew to Boston to see one of my favorite bands play, just to get out the house by myself. You know, a real good experience. And I was trying to go out more and all this stuff, but. Being back in the being back in the gym was real rejuvenating, and getting this fight signed, just me signing the fight, you know, through the email, just sparked something in me again. And you know, I'm in a better place now, and I'm ready to show the world that I'm still here.
Yeah, thank you for your honesty, first of all. But do you think that maybe because the majority of people never heard of Rabdo, is why they're not respecting you online and they're thinking, oh, what is this again? Another delay.
Yeah. So here's the thing about fans. You know, fans are allowed to they're entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
But you know, there was a lot of people spreading rumors about stuff that weren't true.
Yes.
And some people don't know some of the real causes. Without getting too into the details, because I will, and I think I'm gonna explain everything. I'm gonna get everything off of my chest. Yeah. Oh, I am. I'm gonna let everyone have it.
Right.
But a lot of it was not my fault. All it had to do was with me trying to stay ready for the fights that were supposed to happen, that were not happening. The Stanionis fight, I knew that fight was gonna happen before I even fought McKinson.
Damn.
Why did we wait all the way to March? Why did the fight get postponed? I was already getting ready for that fight. It wasn't my fault that I overtrained. Then we got pushed back to July. Well, I didn't get to fucking rest. Sorry for my words, but I'm real mad about this. You know, and everyone getting mad at me for something that wasn't my fault.
What was the biggest rumor that hurt you?
What's up?
The biggest rumor that you said that you really don't like?
Steroids from certain fighters that I have zero respect for, you know. And I can go on.
You have a long list
this.
And you remember.
Oh
everybody.
yeah, I don't forget. You know, and this is just I'm gonna take it all out on January 6th. You know, and
I feel sorry for him.
Final one. You mentioned him. It is Frederick Lawson, January 6th, tough Ghanaian.
Yes.
What do you make of your opponent?
No, he's a real crafty fighter, and he's a veteran. You know, fighters from Ghana are tough, so we're definitely not overlooking him at all. You know, I treat every single fight like it's the toughest fight of my life, and that's how we're gonna go about it.
Virgil, it's great to see you. Obviously looking in great shape as well. Congratulations. Can't wait to see you back January the 6th. The main event fighters are upstage. Let's go back to Beto Duran.
Thank you very much. Now, before we get to the main event, I would like to introduce their teams. First off, I would like to introduce to you a promoter who has been doing an amazing job in Cancun. Great destination for boxing, great fan base, all because of this man. He's been working it, promoting it, and keeping boxing alive in Mexico, in Cancun. Let me introduce to you my good friend, Pepe Gomez from Cancun Boxing. Pepe.
Hello, everybody. I am very happy to see the Duarte family, Shane Mosley, Bernard Hopkins. Thank you, Oscar de la Hoya. Thank you, Eric Gomez. Thank you, coach, trainer, and everything. Duarte, everything. Duarte team. Duarte, he is the counter the next Saturday. Duarte will be La Migraña tonight. And Duarte, he will be the winner the next Saturday. It's the new hero to Mexico. Thank you very much. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, DAZN.
Now it is my pleasure to welcome to the mic. He is the trainer of the year, who is now leading the way in Ryan's corner. It is my pleasure, Derek James. Derek.
Well, I'm very happy to be here, and I honestly know that Oscar Duarte is a very formidable and very tough opponent. And I look forward for Ryan to show everything we've been working on and being able to focus and be as great as we know he is and be consistent. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. And Duarte has incredible Mexican star power behind him. He's been the award-winning actor for many years in Mexico. He's done it all in Mexico, and we're actually very grateful that he can be in Mexico promoting the sport of boxing in the entertainment world, which has been very instrumental to a lot of fighters who are gaining recognition because of this man, and he's done a wonderful job with Oscar Duarte. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you a friend. His name is Gabriel Soto. Gabriel.
Thank you, Oscar. Hi, everybody. It's an honor for me to be here. I'm a huge boxing fan. All my respect to all the fighters, not only the huge stars that we have here tonight, but also these young boxers that are starting their careers. To be a boxer, you need a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, tears, blood, and all that they go through is unbelievable. So they have all my respect. And I've been having the opportunity to support and promote not only the sport, but also Oscar Duarte's career since almost 8 years ago. And I said it in the last press conference, I believe we have the next rising 100% Mexican star in the sport of boxing. So I know it's going to be a show on Saturday. Thank you, Ryan, for accepting and choosing Oscar. And thank you all the people that work in Golden Boy, and congratulations for all that you guys do for the sport. So we have the next Mexican boxing star. Viva Mexico.
Gracias, Gabriel. Next, I would like to introduce to you the man who helped build Ryan Garcia. And obviously I know this firsthand. When you have a father who sacrifices, who works hard to see a young man grow and get to the top, there's nothing better for a father than to see your son go up in the ring and be victorious, fight after fight. So this young man, I say young man because he looks very young, has been very instrumental. So up to the podium, he is one of the trainers for Ryan Garcia, Henry Garcia. Henry.
Thank you, Oscar. I'd like to thank God for this opportunity that has given my son and all of you. This is going to be a great fight. You know, I see it unfolding, and I see my son victorious. He's worked so hard with Derek, and, you know, we've done so much to prepare ourselves, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of him. You know, also I'm proud of my other son, Sean. He's worked as hard, just as hard. So hope you guys enjoy it. You know, they're gonna put on a good show. My son always put on a good show. So you know, be prepared, guys, because I know we are. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Henry. Estamos muy orgullosos, muy contentos de estar aquí. Es una gran cartelera, una gran pelea. La verdad que estamos muy contentos porque tenemos peleadores que tienen mucha disciplina, mucha hambre y mucho orgullo. Y por esa razón, o por esas razones, esta cartelera va a ser una cartelera muy emocionante. Oscar Duarte es un peleador que tiene las ganas de ser campeón mundial, ¿no? Como todos. And we are very proud that we've helped Oscar Duarte in his entire career get to where he's at now. And this is the chance of a lifetime for everyone. You know, being on this type of card, headlined by Ryan, Oscar Duarte is grateful. Is grateful to be in this position. And therefore you work hard. Therefore you take advantage of the opportunity. You know, I'm sure the whole world is very surprised at why Ryan chose Oscar Duarte, but it shows you the character of Ryan Garcia. It shows you what he wants to accomplish. It tells you everything about him. Because Oscar Duarte is not a pushover. Oscar Duarte is not a walkover. It's, you know, he's coming off 11 straight knockouts. It's a dangerous fight just like every other fight. And, you know, we really appreciate everyone on this card. We appreciate DAZN. Thank you very much. We appreciate all the sponsors. So it really is a pleasure to introduce to you, from Chihuahua, Mexico, Parral, Chihuahua, Mexico, Oscar Duarte. Oscar.
Buenas tardes a todos. Primero que nada, pues saludarlos. Estoy muy feliz, estoy muy contento, estoy disfrutando cada momento. Esto era un sueño para mí y ahorita ya es una realidad, entonces pues quiero decirles que este sábado van a ver mi mejor versión. Vengo bien preparado, tengo un gran equipo, una gran familia, gente que me respalda. Entonces, esperen lo mejor de mí este sábado y voy a ganar. Gracias a todos y viva México.
First of all, good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy, very content to be here. I'm enjoying every moment. This was a dream, and it is now a reality. And this Saturday, you'll see my best version. I have a great team, and this Saturday, I'll be winning. Viva Mexico.
And now, I welcome to the podium international superstar who has broken records and has led the charge to make the biggest fights in boxing happen, Ryan Garcia. Ryan.
Good afternoon, everybody. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to the Most High, Jesus Christ. I also want to invite the Holy Spirit into this press conference. Just always want to invite him. Man, a couple things that I want to touch. You know, one thing that's been on my heart is the statements that Bernard made, where he'll decide if I'm going to finish or if I should continue boxing after this fight. He don't decide that. My coach does. My team does. Everybody that, you know, grinds with me day in and day out, that's who decides. And ultimately, God decides, not him. Nobody was telling him when to stop boxing. You know, he stopped boxing at, 45, so kudos to him. But he don't determine that. And another thing I want to touch on is, you know, Oscar saying that, you know, we misinterpret, you know, what they say. It's plain English. I didn't hear anybody speaking any language I don't know. So, you know, it's very clear to me that, you know, they're backing this guy to beat me just like they thought Duno was going to beat me. He was the next Filipino star. They saying he's the next Mexican star. You know what? I put everything into this fight. You know, for the first time, I'm extremely committed in a long time. You know, 2021 was one of the times it kind of broke me. 2022, you know, changed me. 2023 opened my eyes. I'm about to come back for everything. You know, I'm just lasered and I'm laser focused, and that's where my confidence comes from. Shout out my mom, and I want to thank, you know, everybody. I want to thank my strength and conditioning coach. He's been there more than just the physical part. He's been there mentally, spiritually. Shout out Cipriano Montes, but he calls Sip. You know, shout out him. Shout out my dad. Shout out my trainer, Derek James. We've been putting a lot of work in. And, you know, Oscar's the tough opponent. I know he's going to come to fight. But, you know, right here, I'm here to make an example of the 140 division. This is how I'm coming. This is the Ryan Garcia you're going to get. I'm going to continue boxing. And, you know, he also said that, you know, he calls out on the bullshit, the lies. Man, last time I checked, he said he never lose to a white boy, and then Joe Smith Jr. knocked him out of the ring. Last time I checked, Joe Smith Jr. was white. So, you know, they be lying. So at the end of the day, you know, I'll come to show what I bring, and I'm laser focused, and that's where this confidence comes from. Thank God for everything, and all praise to the Most High, Jesus Christ. Thank you.
All right, this concludes the press conference for Saturday's fight, Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte. We will now pose the fighters for pictures. Thank you very much.
Wow, didn't expect that from Ryan Garcia. You can clearly tell that he's held that in, waited for the moment, and he used this moment to sort of air his grievances, problems with Bernard Hopkins, which is very, very interesting. Should he have said that? Should he just focus on what is in front of him, which is Oscar Duarte?
I think that sometimes, you know, you have to let a fighter let some steam off, especially if it's been bottled up for a long time. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think so, but I don't know what Ryan's been going through. I've seen him lasered in the whole time, sitting there. Looks like he had to get something off his chest. There has to be some level of relief that he did say.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing, though. Look at the way Ryan is looking at Duarte now. That has nothing to do with his opponent. That has everything to do with all of the gripes he just spoke about. And maybe that's going to serve him well, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe so. Look, I mean, Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte is this Saturday live on DAZN. It does start what is an unrivaled amount of events on DAZN coming up in December.
Our undisputed Titans go to war, but the fights never stop on DAZN. Unleash an unrivaled December wave. Unmissable returning fighters. Unreal two-division title contenders. Unstoppable global superstars. And undefeated championship showdowns. The Unrivaled schedule. Only on DAZN. Don't miss it. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
Unrivaled slate continues concludes in Saudi Arabia with the day of reckoning. Joshua versus Otto Von and John Ceballos against Joseph Parker. Dimitri Bivol versus Lyndon Arthur, Daniel Duarte and Jarrell Miller, just 4 of the incredible fights which are not to be missed, which are live on the DAZN pay-per-view. Incredible, isn't it? I mean, that's ridiculous, by the way. I mean, that card in Saudi Arabia is scary.
I mean, the fact that, and we said it at the press conference, that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua are on the same stage, on the same podium, even shaking hands. It just, I mean, you cannot ignore that fight has to happen down the line. I think that's what's having people more excited than anything.
Yeah. And even Jarrell Miller, fighting Dubois, that's a toss-up fight.
Who picked that? Like sometimes you kind of, I want to see him versus him or her versus
great matchmaking.
No
this one is great.
No,
but even Anthony Joshua going against Wallin, that's a fight it's a tough fight. It's a tough fight for him. Left-handed, heavyweight, slick. He gave Fury problems.
Risky fight.
You know how good that is? I didn't even mention the fact that Jao Patai is fighting. I think the best cruiserweight on planet Earth. He's fighting
hands
as
down,
well, which is crazy.
Hands down. He's just an amazing fighter. He's in a weight class that he needs to make famous. That's how I feel.
I like that. That's a good shout.
Yeah, and obviously Deontay Wilder is fighting a guy that's a former champion in Joseph Parker, who obviously can box. He can move around, so he's going to pose some sort of threat. I think this is a very important fight that Deontay Wilder. If he doesn't win big, we may never see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. And you got all
he hardly ever not wins big.
Right.
That's it.
No, right. But think about Joseph Parker, what's in front of him, the opportunity that he has at hand.
And you have to add, I mean, look, Wilder looks young, but he's 38. 38, I mean, he's been out of the ring for nearly 2 years. Only had a round of fighting in 2 years. A round. It wasn't even a round. It was like 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
But he trains every day on Instagram. We see that. But the thing about heavyweights is that George Foreman shows that all you need is one.
And he's got the forehammer.
I mean, who do you think wins the biggest knockout on that card? I mean, they all most of them are heavyweights. Right? I mean, I know Bivol is a big name on there, but I'm talking about in terms of heavyweight. Who has the biggest knockout performance that night?
I think Arslanbek Makhmudov, who is the biggest and most scariest heavyweight. I mean, he is literally Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. He takes on Agit Kabayel, European champion. Look, we've not even talked about that. So there is so much. Ryan Garcia, by the way, is going to join us up on the stage as well. I think he's just taking a few photos. Gilberto Mendoza there behind us. So look, Ryan's going to join us. In terms of the card, how excited are you? And what does it show that Saudi Arabia are doing when they can put on these type of powerful cards?
Shows me that Saudi Arabia is not only trying to take over boxing, but all sports, right?
Move there very quickly.
It's insane what they're doing, but I'm excited because we're fans of the sport, right? And sometimes you need somebody with a whole big pool of money to be able to make certain fights happen, and they're doing it.
We always need that, especially us. But I also feel like when HBO went out of business, DAZN came.
Yeah.
Now Showtime is going out of business, and we got Saudis. So you never know. I just feel like there's always something that's going to represent boxing.
Speaking of heavyweights, he's not a heavyweight in weight, but in star power,
No,
this
in
is
star power,
a heavyweight.
He's definitely a heavyweight.
What's up,
Ryan Garcia looking sharp as always, brother. How are you doing, Ryan?
Great, I'm great. How are you?
How are you? Good?
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah?
Ryan, I want to ask you, during this time, right, since the Tank fight, a lot has happened, right? Obviously, you moved up in weight, but a lot was said. What would you say is the thing that bothered you the most, on this journey?
Nothing bothered me. I'm just thankful. I'm so thankful. I want to give thanks to Jesus Christ once again. Amen. But it's just, I've been unfocused since 2021. I went through that time, and it kind of threw me off. I took many steps back. It wasn't until after the loss I found myself. I'll keep it very simple like that. I've already got into it. But this is the sharpest I've been, the most committed I've been, the most dedicated I've been, and it's going to show in the ring.
So it's safe to say that this is your best camp
this
ever,
is me.
And there's no bull crapping here.
No bull
no
capping.
This is the best camp ever.
No capping. I put in the work, and I'm very confident that Saturday night, people are going to see how I'm coming. This is me. This is me.
And look, you look a lot better at 140 as well. We can see how healthy you look. Derek James as a new trainer.
Yeah.
Why Derek?
Derek, I was just led by God, by the Holy Spirit. I was on the plane, and I was just praying. I got into, my meditation and just, praising God. And it just led me to Dallas. I always felt like I was going to be in Dallas.
So the plane just turned around and just went to Dallas.
Hey, spiritually, yeah.
I know it did.
Yeah, spiritually. So basically, that's what happened. That's where my decision was rooted in. And then from there, it just kept expanding. And it's just been an amazing journey working with Derek, learning so much. I'm very confident. Derek, he don't speak a lot, but he's confident. He speaks to me a lot. But again, he's confident. We're just ready to go. You know, we're not thinking too far ahead. You know, we got Saturday night, and we're gonna do our job.
Yeah, I got to give you credit for Duarte. Like, I watched him fight a few months back, and he's a very aggressive, hard puncher. Yeah. So there was no doubt when this was presented at you, there was no doubt, like, okay, yes, I want this guy no matter what. Did you even go watch tape, or what was that process like?
I just let Derek choose. You know, I said we had like 3 guys. I said pick one. And he picked Duarte, so it is what it is. You know, we'll see what happens.
I guess it's going to
we'll know what happens.
It's going to take me to talk about the elephant in the room. What you said about Bernard Hopkins. 2 things. How much longer do you have with Golden Boy? Because it seemed like you was trying to get out.
I'm not going to, get into that's legal stuff. Right. You know, I'm going to just disregard that. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah. But what was it? Or even talking about like, what is it that sparked that?
You know, it's just funny. Like, it just hit my head right now. It's like a toxic relationship. Motherfuckers just want to keep you there.
Also, a toxic relationship sometimes is good, though. Sometimes it feels good.
Because I'm that hot. But like, I don't want to let her go.
No, but that's the thing. You're saying that you think that they want him to be.
But you know it's not good for you. I just want her. That's how it is.
But wouldn't they want you? Shouldn't they want you to win because you're actually the star?
But
did you really believe that?
Yeah, because you were saying that, they want him to be the next Mexican star, or maybe
they thought Duno was going to be. Remember when we were going through problems, they thought Duno was going to get my ass.
I didn't think that. I don't know how they thought that.
I don't think no. I don't know who
thought throw him in on me. And then, because they thought he hit hard, and then again, this guy.
What was that, first round? Was it?
That was first round. We don't know what's going to happen in this fight, but I'm going to be ready for everything. So,
away from that, on a more positive note, I see your brother.
Oh no, it's positive. It's always positive. It is. We positive all the way through. What do they say? Pushing P means pushing positivity.
That's what I'm doing. How good is it to see your brother back in the ring and on your card?
Oh man, it's been a blessing. You know, Sean. This is also the most focused I've seen him. He's looking so sharp. I'm so proud of him. You know, Sean. Just, I haven't seen this just, man, he's going to look beautiful. You guys are going to now start paying attention to Sean.
Yes.
Almost even as more so than me. That's how sharp he's looking.
As I'm looking at you, Ryan, you're a big guy. Obviously, you're at 140 now, so you must feel stronger. It feels better in the gym sparring. Like, how far can Ryan go? You want to box. You're not going anywhere.
I plan to conquer 140 and 147. That's my goal. That's where my mind's at. And I don't care who's there, I heard Devin might be going to 147. I want to jump back and forth, 140, 147. To me, I could do both at the same time, simultaneously. So that's what I plan to do. But at first, get a title at 140. That's my goal.
All of a sudden, the 140 division with yourself there and Devin there, I think it's the best division and the most deepest.
Wherever
obviously,
we go,
Lopez,
it's going to be
is
fine.
Is there any truth to the offer that was made to Teofimo Lopez?
I don't know anything about that. I've only seen it. Like, I haven't really been paying attention on social media too much this whole week. Yeah. But I did see that. I'm like, $1.5 million. I don't even know about that. And like, bro, 1, I don't even care. 2, I'm worried about December 2nd. 3, that's probably the most he made. I mean, I guess. I didn't offer that. I didn't even know about it.
But is he a potential opponent?
Yeah, he can get that work too. I told anybody at 140.
Okay.
I'll beat his ass.
Well, check it out. Well, at 135, obviously, the biggest fights was anybody and you. So at 140, who's the biggest fight? You and?
Me and, so many. It had
to be biggest fight.
It had to be either Devin Haney or Teofimo. For me, at least at 140.
What a division.
We're talking about 140.
Yeah, of course.
I could pick and name good pay-per-views, but, you got Rollies too, but I think Devin Haney. I'll stick with Devin Haney.
The fact is, you're Ryan Garcia. Anyone that fights you is a big fight.
Yeah.
Anyone that fights you. Ryan, thank you so much for giving us some time.
Thank you guys so much.
Well done, brothers. Good to see you at 140 as well, looking very, very good.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Ryan. Don't leave me hanging, Ryan. You know when you know that. Thank you, bro. Ryan Garcia, incredible shape. Look, here's a reminder of what's coming your way on the main card this Saturday. We get things underway. The undefeated Houston native Darius Foreman, he takes on Pacino Hill. Good to see Shea Mosley back in action as well. He takes on Joshua Conley. Hard-hitting Floyd Schofield goes up against Ricardo Lopez for the WBO International Lightweight strap. Then comes the headline at Ryan Garcia back at 140 pounds. He takes on Oscar Duarte. That's the main event on Saturday.
Woo!
Good one. Ryan has this energy. And look, some people say it's good energy, bad energy, but you know what? It's energy.
Yeah. Look, I can't be the only one that's not surprised that Schofield is the co-main event. Come on. I thought maybe Sugar Shane, who knows?
Sugar Shane, but if you're Schofield, you take this opportunity.
Oh,
You
100%.
take it, right? Toyota Center, it's going to be busy there. It's going to be packed. You have to perform.
Yeah,
and Schofield probably will perform as well.
And even, obviously, Schofield, he has a great opportunity, but even Ryan Garcia himself, after the loss against Tank, after moving up to 140 and all that's going on with the drama, with Golden Boy and all that he just mentioned, there's a little pressure on him to perform big against a Duarte. Like, I don't think there's room for a subpar performance, especially with the energy that he's bringing.
I like what you asked him, because he's clearly wrong with that. And obviously, we're not going to say he's wrong when he's right there, because you never know with boxers, right? And that left hand's quite sharp. But Golden Boy certainly don't want Ryan Garcia to lose.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said
no one
I
wants
wonder
Ryan
why.
Garcia.
That's more emotion.
I wonder why he believed that. To me, that kind of doesn't make sense. But you never know behind the scenes. You never know behind the scenes. I think that the pressure that's going to be on him is, look what I just said to Golden Boy.
Yeah.
I got to look good. Or maybe they'll say something bad about me. Maybe he's thinking that.
And I did understand what he meant about a toxic relationship. Sometimes you're stuck.
Oh, I bet you do. You toxic.
I had a few toxic relationships in my lifetime.
These two are always toxic sometimes. And look, that was the presser. So, the weigh-in's going to be action-packed and drama tomorrow. Make sure you join us for the weigh-in. 1 o'clock it gets underway. All the fighters make it official. And they make it real as well. By the way, I've just been told by my main man in my ear, it's actually midday tomorrow, 12 o'clock, so a bit earlier for you guys as well. Hopefully we'll see you all there tomorrow. We'll see you then.
These are the moments that define you. In this game, you don't stay down.
He's got the whole package.
You don't forget why. You don't settle. And you don't look back. And don't blink.
Garcia versus Duarte, this Saturday from 8, live on DAZN.